LR Full Power Broly, we are in the full swing of his kind of world tour, I guess, as it's kind of somewhat called in the community. This is an ultimate showcase, so defense stats will be showing as always on this channel. If you haven't seen that before, obviously hang around to see how that plays out. I edit in the defense stats for every super, so you can kind of get a better look at how each unit performs. Now we're running Full Power Broly on the Full Power team, not his team though. It's Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku's team, so we've got a few GT heroes to run about as well. And because of that, an unfamiliar face there with Tech Bulla at the end. She can dodge and she supports, so just to sort of beef people up a little bit and take a lesser known unit, I guess, into a showcase is always a little bit of fun. Both those units are the Goku and the Broly there. 13 mil, 600k defense with the 40% damage reduction for being in slot 1 is really solid as a slot 1 unit. We get the additional, which is 8.5 mil, just under 800k defense. Again, with 40% damage reduction, it's pretty good, you know. He's Broly's best friend. Unfortunately, though, Broly isn't Goku's best friend. You know, Goku missing out on Saiyan Raw and the GT links really kind of leaves a little bit on the table in terms of Goku's output. Now, I mean, obviously Broly doesn't have Berserker or Prodigy's active when next to Goku, but Berserker's almost never active anyway. You have to be under 50% HP to activate that link, and any unit that you'd be able to activate it with isn't going to be really all that safe to run, especially when you are already at under 50% HP. That's a third attack, 9 mil, with 1 million defense, plus guard to be guaranteed from Broly. It's just, he's crazy. And the Freezer Romp super attack here for the 12 key, 9.5 mil, 1.1 mil defense. Just nuts. Just nuts. That was a quad super, which he does absolutely effortlessly. Like, even his counterpart, Gogeta, has to get like a rainbow orb for kind of the maximum output in terms of additionals. 550k damage. She only had 200k defense, but honestly, that was surprisingly good when I saw her take that shot when I was recording this gameplay. She has type disadvantage with 200k defense, and she didn't die. In my opinion, that was a win when I was watching this play out. We're going to pop this standby for the revive, basically. We're gonna have to revive regardless, and we're not gonna get any attacks out. The area of effect attack is in the first attack slot from the enemy, so before any of our units get to attack. So he'll pop Vegeta here for 6, and we'll be proccing that revive, which is arguably the best use for this GT. I mean, obviously, if you can get away with stacking your damage reduction a little bit, that would be nice, but yeah, it really allows for a little bit of damage to be taken in that turn prior to their arrival, and then obviously the safekeeping for the revive helps you move along this fight pretty quickly. 20k defense. See, that's the extra from Shocking Speed and Saiyan Raw. That shows how much those links really contribute to Goku. I mean, it was 60k as opposed to 20k that the damage was taken, and keeping in mind as well, because we took that shot with him in the first slot there, that passive buff that lasts 3 turns will obviously be active in the next appearance, in Goku's next appearance. So that should be keep us a little bit safer, especially because we'll have we'll have type disadvantage in the next phase of the fight. We should have the standby active. We did dodge 2 normals from the friend Goku in turn 1. But I'm pretty sure we faced 7 attacks anyway. We'll soon find out. And a unit that is kind of just kind of like Goku, not going to be at his absolute best with Broly around, especially because that Saiyan Raw link won't be active. I mean, it could be, but there's just no use putting Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the second slot, given the amount of defense and damage reduction he misses out on because of it. I mean, this full power team is kind of or at least Super Saiyan 4 Goku's team, I should say, is kind of in a weird spot, and full power has always kind of been like this. You've got a leader who is so dedicatedly slot 1, and you've got several options for his best partner in slot 2, but the floaters are a kind of an iffy thing, I feel. We don't have any area of effect this turn, which is interesting. Now we're going to share Fused Fighter with Vegito, so he'll get a little bit of extra there. We'll put Broly in slot 1, it's his showcase, and we wanted all those orbs for Oob to make sure his damage reduction was as high as possible as well. I don't think Broly was going to take any damage there. Even if he got supered, it wouldn't have been a significant amount, and he's already over 1 million defense on his first super. Now, keeping in mind, he obviously has 70% damage reduction. Sorry, not 70% defense support, I should say. Sorry, from the standby Oob there. So yeah, he's going to be really beefy this turn, and he does get that bonus 50%. Look at that, 1.4 mil defense. I hope he gets supered. Like honestly, I'd love to see if he took any damage from the super at this point in time. I don't think he would. We're going to get Vegito's super attack off. Obviously, there's no attack coming from Oob. He's just taking up a defensive stance, and he'll tank pretty adequately. No super forthcoming anyway, and then Vegito will finish off here with 7 mil and 600k defense, plus a fair bit of damage reduction. I can never remember exactly how much he's got at any given time, but given his intro just went off, I think he'll be at his max anyway. So Bulla returns. She's gonna get she's gonna get 2 looks in here. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get any stacks with these guys who we're fusing into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with. So he'll be at his weakest, so to speak, from a stacking perspective. Obviously, with a little bit of support from Bulla, though, will help him look a little bit more a more standard kind of damage output position, as if he would have got it. It doesn't actually work like that. Obviously, the 40% support doesn't actually work the same as what 2 stacks would, but I mean, it's still going to help regardless. And if we get these, we'll bring down 2 rainbow orbs for Gogeta. That'll be perfect. We're running 24 key all round. 6 out of 7 links, 6 out of 7 links, and then obviously GT for Bulla at the end there. No fierce battle. Like I said, we already had that defense boost active. 16 mil, 870k defense. Thank you very much. That'd come close to 1 million defense, I reckon, if that normal there was an additional super. And then Gogeta here. Now, look, I mean, Gogeta's facing 2 attacks. This is kind of where the 7th year anniversaries are kind of underrated in a sense. Like, he's facing 2 attacks from one of the most powerful enemies that there is. He turns one of those attacks into just absolute nothing. So now he's only facing 1 attack. If that attack happened to be a super attack, he still has a 50% chance to counter that and deal more damage. It's just crazy what he gets up to. And he's tanking normal, so none of that's a problem anyway. 1.2 mil. She obviously, I think she massively stacks attack. No defense buff on super dodge. And again, like, I'm genuinely surprised that those normals aren't killing her. I mean, she had a little bit of extra defense support as well, thanks to the standby Goku and Oob, who we're making full power now. And I mean, she probably would have died without it, to be fair. But still, I think that's surprisingly good considering the type of unit that she is. I fully expected her to just be clobbered, absolutely clobbered, especially in that first turn where, like, you know, she's got full type disadvantage. But here is the star of the show, full power Broly. Revel in his animations because they are absolutely godly. I love every minute of this unit. He is just crazy, and this is a really good showcase, all things considered. You know, this is the 5th turn, but it's the 4th turn we're going to see play out, because obviously turn 2 was basically just the revive from the GT duo. So we're going to put Broly in slot 1. We're going to let him go absolutely berserk. Now, the only problem with that is that he will not get the 50% defense buff from being hit, which he needs, obviously, to get max defense. So the defense stats you're going to see here are dialed back a little bit because of that. If Zamasu survives, you'll see him get that defense buff as he gets hit afterwards. But look at that, 22 mil, 880k defense, guaranteed guard. What has he got? 52% damage reduction, something crazy like that. Absolutely mental. And here we go, 16 mil and 1 million defense, basically. Bang, that's the 2nd super attack, and his animations just brutal. Absolutely brutal. He just stomps Zamasu just mercilessly. 16.5 mil, 1.1 mil defense, 3rd super attack, just mowing through the HP. He is so good. There you go, full super attack, 17 mil, 1.28 mil defense. Jesus, what have they done creating you? Like, seriously. They're going to make every other unit feel bad. Like, this is still an anniversary unit, so there's that defense buff there. Full power Goku, 20 mil, I should say, and just under 400k defense. Again, he's missing a hell of a lot of defense here for A being in slot 2, and I mean, there you go. He finishes off with the additional. Easy done. The GT duo didn't even get a look in. Well, that's full power Broly on Super Saiyan 4 full power Goku's team. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about bringing like bully units, you know, those support units that can kind of cheese their way through. I thought it was a little bit of fun at least anyway. Let me know what teams you're using Broly in. There'll be another Gogeta showcase coming out very soon following this one. Obviously, there's already the showcases for Gogeta and Broly on their own teams up on the channel. Both, as always, are Ultimate Showcases, so defense stats will be showing there as well. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord. You can support me on Ko-Fi. Obviously, anywhere you want to chat, hit me up. I'm always down for a little bit of a chin wag. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.